Next up, at Noche.
Hold on, before you, because I don't want him seeing this, but I just remembered a comment that I saw in Discord. I just now made the connection. It might have been in the chat earlier today. They said Fernando's got a neck of an alpaca. And I didn't know. I just saw the comment, and then you switched over to the slide, and I'm like, holy shit. Oh, man. He's got 2 Adam's apples. What is going on? Holy fuck. He's still a good-looking guy, though. Holy shit. And Garam, you're not fooling anyone, Kyle Nelson. Fuck, we know that's you, Garam.
An alpaca. Holy shit. All right. Next, and when I click it, when I cut it up and tweet it, I will not have the beginning. Making fun of how somebody looks is a whole different world.
It wasn't me. I didn't say it. I was just repeating it. Don't kill the messenger.
Next up at Noche UFC, we have Fernando Padilla taking on Kyle Nelson. Fernando Padilla is 15-4. I thought the dog was dead. He's just not moving. Fernando Padilla, 15-4 overall, 4-1 in his last 5. He's coming off that knockout win over Julian Erosa in his UFC debut. Taking on Kyle Nelson, 14-5 overall, 2-1 in his last 5. He's coming off the decision win over Blake Builder. This should be an interesting fight. We have another interesting odds kind of breakdown here because Fernando Padilla, long rangey guy, but he does fight in the pocket. He wants to keep fights dirty. He's an aggressive striker. He plots forward, and he's got that inside the pocket type boxing. He's then going to work in some clinch where he's going to fire up some knees. And, if you get it to the ground, he's going to use his length to wrap you up and work in various submissions. He likes to come forward. He wants to take risks. No wrestling whatsoever. So if he does want to get to the ground where he can be dangerous, he's going to have to nerd it up, pull guard, do whatever he's got to do because shooting a double isn't going to happen for him. He's coming off that win over Julian Erosa where he did win by stoppage, but could have been a little bit early. But even if you think it was early.
It was a terror. I watched that Sunday. That was fucking. And Dominic Cruz was commentating. He's like, oh, he's going to be pissed about that. Let me tell you, he's going to be pissed about that.
Meaning awful. Julian Erosa is?
Yeah, because that was because Dominic Cruz's big thing with when he lost that fight to
Cheeto?
was with Keith Peterson. He's like, he smelled like cigarettes and booze.
Yeah.
I wasn't out.
So even, it was probably a short, early stoppage, but even if you remove that from the equation.
He still fucked him up.
He did, and he showed us just how accurate his striking is. His striking is spectacular. He's taking on Kyle Nelson, a solid striker, very real power in his hands. He's been in the UFC since 2018, but he just got his second win, and it brings his overall record to 2-4-1 in the UFC. Solid takedown defense, does a really good job using your shots. You shoot a takedown, he's going to stuff it, he's going to scramble, he'll end up on top. He does a great job making fights ugly, and then he's going to win with toughness. He's coming off that win over Blake Builder, where his pressure and takedown defense were actually the difference, and this is an interesting fight. I like Fernando, medium confidence pick, because he does a great job. He's going to stay in your face. He's going to make the fight ugly. Kyle wants to get in Fernando's face, make the fight ugly, and unfortunately for him, that's exactly how Fernando wants to fight. So he wants to be in the pocket, and I think he's going to get his wish. I think Fernando's accuracy, the clinch work is going to be too much. It's going to be the difference here. I like Fernando to win. The 241 money line, it already closed a little bit from minus 350. I'm hoping it closes even more. I may actually jump on the bet openly odds at minus 223 because I do think he wins, but I don't want to spend that much money because Kyle Nelson is tough and can play spoiler. What do you think, Cheeky Boy?
Yeah, in my mind, Fernando is the better fighter in this match. When I broke this down, I was very impressed with his boxing, with his precision, with his toughness. But with toughness comes getting hit. And this kid, as tough as he is, he gets hit a ton. When I watch film on him, he stands in the pocket, as you mentioned, but it is not boxing. It is not head weaving. It is just stone cold throwing strikes, but eating him on the way in. And I worry with that strategy against a guy like Kyle Nelson, who is a savvy guy, knows how to kind of extend fights, and once fights get extended, that's when he starts picking up the praise. He did the exact same thing versus Blake Builder. And we learned Blake Builder a little bit of a fraud, but Blake had some really good success in the first round. Kyle, against an undefeated guy, weathered the storm, turned up the pace, turned up the intensity, and turned that fight around. And I could see him doing the same thing against a guy like Fernando. I have no doubt in my mind that at some point early in this fight, Fernando is going to clip Kyle Nelson a little bit. But I believe that Kyle Nelson is going to survive. And after he survives that, Fernando gets hit a lot. He's going to get worn down. I don't want to say he's like a first-round or bust type of guy, but with his style, the way that he gets hit, that style does not translate as you move into the UFC. And Kyle Nelson is an experienced UFC veteran. So Fernando is the better fighter. I understand people are picking him. He gets hit a little bit too much for me. I think Kyle can weather the storm, take over the fight. So surprisingly enough, my pick is going to be Kyle Nelson.
Yeah, he definitely gets hit a ton. So you're going to see the stats here, 11.88 significant strikes landed per minute, 8.91 absorbed per minute. He didn't even fight a full round in the UFC, so they extrapolate those odds out, or those numbers out. So It's definitely inflated, but this is saying, it's basically, it's almost give one to get one. Where Kyle Nelson is also have a negative strike. He does also have a negative strike.
Yeah, he definitely gets beat up. I feel like there's just something about the way that this fight goes. I just feel like he's going to weather that storm. I'm trying to think. Have I been wrong before? I don't think I don't think I've been wrong before. So it seems like Kyle Nelson's the play.
There you go. Are you going to spend the $7,300 on DraftKings since you're convinced he's going to win?
Nope.
Yeah, okay, that's odd.
Nope.
Non-decision. Well, we got Canada versus Mexico, north of the border versus south of the border here. I'm not spending.
I was about to go into a whole Canadian spiel, and then I was like, that's the worst accent. I hate that accent.
It's
Sorry, Canadians. I fucking hate that accent.
I don't. Everybody talks a little differently, and I appreciate that's what makes this world so great.
The Queen's money spends the same as the fucking American dollar. We appreciate the premium members from Canada. Oh, it's the King's money now, I guess. They take her off that shit. I still don't even know why the Queen of England's on fucking Canada's money still.
Oh, we left that dump. We started our own thing.
Oh, you want to tax us? Hell no. And then what do? Turn around and tax the shit of ourselves. What has this country become, Angelo? Let's get into it.
$8,900 on DraftKings. I'm not going to spend that on Fernando, but I do think he wins this. Right.
Well, sorry. A little politic talk, and you're about down for the count. That's what you do to fall asleep. A little Fox News, lull you to sleep.
Watch Shane Gillis' stand-up. He has a hilarious bit on... He's like, I'm not a Republican, but I'm definitely pre-Republican. And he went into all the things that as he's getting older, he's just starting to lean that way. Dude, his stand-up's, it's a great special. It's an hour.
You meet the guy one time and now you're fucking idolizing him.
Dude, he was cool. I met him too. It was about 40-second interaction.
I met him too. 40, huh? Yeah. It's not the way you described it to me.
Did I say it was longer or shorter? I made a comment. He made a comment. Took the picture. Peace. Anyway.
Slap on the ass.
WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member at the top. It's only $10 a month. You're going to unlock anything you have ever needed to make money watching these fights, including ownership projections, an optimizer, including data, including analysis, write-ups, breakdowns.
Neck braces.
5, 6, 7 people's worth of picks from 7 different people, and then AI, all the things you could ever want. $10 a month. We have a $20 super chat from Riff Raff. He said, "Hey Jacob, I made a killing on Lock of the Week with Sean O'Malley, and my girl is asking why you haven't worn the shirt yet. Hit the like, everyone, and join premium." Just so context for people who have not watched my vlog.
Oh, hold on a second.
It was mail day. While he's doing that, it was mail day. So we have the P.O. Box. You can mail us stuff. The address is on the website. It's in the description of this video. And Riff Raff sent us 2 shirts. An extra large for me, a boy's medium for Jacob. He mailed those. I wore mine because I support the people. Everybody thinks Jacob's for the people. I'm for the people. I wore the shirt. Jacob has not. Quite embarrassing. What'd you do? I thought you were going to go get the shirt.
I did get the shirt, Angelo.
Okay. From Riff Raff, thank you very much. Wow, the tags are still on it. That's real disrespect, Riff Raff. Real disrespect.
We appreciate that, Riff Raff. I also got these too. Look at these that just came in for me. Another one. Another one.
There you go.
Undisputed bantamweight champion. We love seeing that. And then look at this one. This one was fucking hard. I'm talking, you better get ready with the lotion. Look at this one. Ooh,
one of the ugliest people that have ever walked the face of the earth.
That's a good looking dude. What the fuck?
Okay.
That's a good looking dude. Look at the eyes. Look at the cheekbones. He's got the nice smile. You really think that we actually had this conversation? I don't know if you remember this, but I remember it specifically. One of the first times we broke down a fight with Charles Oliveira, it had been a couple years ago because he wasn't really anybody at that point. He was just kind of still the up-and-comer. And we were talking. I was talking about. I was like, "Damn, that's a good-looking guy." And you were like, "That guy's a good-looking guy." I'm like, "Yeah, that's a good-looking. Charles Oliveira's a good-looking dude."
No, he ain't.
Wow, so disrespectful. To be honest with you, if he's not a good-looking guy, then fuck, man.
I told you I wasn't good-looking. I said, "Wait till you see the
I was
video
just thinking about
of
myself.
my friends."
I was just thinking about myself.
You're better looking than Charles.
Hey, this
Oliveira.
one's a front and a back. Look at this. Oh my god, that's a front and a back.
Dude, that's atrocious. It's
what
the
are you
same
talking
thing
about?
On both sides. Jeez.
The same thing, yeah. It's the same thing on both sides. Stupid fucking dipshit.
It's even worse on the back. Then that's an atrocious shirt.
It's a fucking badass, dude. The undisputed UFC bantamweight, rated out of 10. Everyone in the chat right now. This is a 10 out of 10 right here.
Dude, that's a oh my god, that's a terrible shirt. We gotta move on.
This is hot fire.